doing? Hey, girl. Hey.
You know she ain't gonna work at Lane Bryant.
Girl, why not? That's where all drag queens work.
Lane Bryant?
Mhm.
Not Torrid?
Girl, you just said she's the modern Southern woman, which means she ain't been modern in years.
Well, I thought she'd be working in Milk. In the makeup department. Wouldn't that make more sense?
I don't, girl. Who knows? Who knows where drag queens work now? I don't. I don't know what jobs are anymore.
Okay, Parker Posey. All right, girl.
Did you watch any of the White Lotus?
Mm-mm.
Me either.
I I I keep hearing it's good.
I do too, and then I keep not watching it.
I don't
Um,
know why. I
it's
mean,
is it on Max? What's it on?
no Max.
Oh, I don't have Max.
Yeah. I keep like I think for me, I heard it was like a murder mystery kind of show,
It is.
but like but also not like there's no kind of like detective kind of thing going on. I think it's just like it happens at this hotel.
Ooh, speaking of the second season of Poker Face is out now.
Yay! Are we ever gonna do that podcast?
We could.
We had talked about it
We
before.
had. Although Natasha Leone is getting a lot of flack right now. Did you hear about the
What's she
AI?
doing now?
She's doing an AI movie that's written by AI.
Oh my God, these people just I can't with these people. Just can we just it? Ugh.
Pay some people to do a job. Is that what you're trying to say?
Like there will still be plenty of people employed to make this movie, right? It's not. I realize it's not everybody. There will still be people being paid,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's just see what it's like.
Oh no, see, I'm on the other side of it. I'm on the other side that no, we don't. No, no AI in the
I want to
movies.
see how terrible it is.
No AI in movies. Doesn't matter how good or terrible
Ugh,
it is.
I just know it's gonna be terrible. I just wanted to see how, like, if somebody actually like gave AI prompts to do something and then it
Girl,
turned into something
are
that was
you? Hold
terrible.
on, let me pause a second. Are you? And we're back because Maim didn't do what she's supposed to do.
I call me out like that.
It's too late, baby. Now it's too late. Though we really did try to make it. Do you have cable in all your rooms?
Like
Old
cable
timey
TV?
cable.
Oh no,
Okay. So I was going to say, if you have cable in all your rooms, you can actually use that as hardwired internet for like $100.
no. Like the one the cable's not that far. I mean, it's just I wasn't thinking about it
Well, no,
today.
I was just trying to make things easier on you in the long
Easy,
term. Okay.
girl. It's like 5 feet away. I just got to go unravel the cable and bring
No,
it up in
no, no,
here.
no. I don't want it to unravel you.
I mean, any more so than usual. Literally.
Girl, what
Have you
else
met?
news going on? I don't. I'm
Have
trying
you
to think
met
of
me?
what's new in your world. What's new in your world? What's new in your world?
What's new in my world? So the so actually, let me tell you what actually happened. So, 'cause I don't think I told you this before. Have I told you about the about my other karaoke thing?
No, you've got another karaoke.
No. My old karaoke that dropped me like a bad habit and
Yeah.
pretended, right? They need me now. Like they literally multiple managers have reached out to me because they're like, we're wanting to get started back up again. I was like,
Are you going
wait a
back?
minute. No. Because number one, so here's how I think about this scenario, and I could be wrong. I'm very thankful that drag for me is a hobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like how it is, when you were doing drag, like it
Yes.
was just a hobby. Your life
Yes.
wasn't dependent on it.
Right.
Because of that, the amount of money that I was getting was like, that's what I use for my drag,
Yeah.
fabric, stuff like that. if I had been a drag queen that needed that money, I would have been without money now for 3 months.
Uh-huh.
No apology, no sorry, no nothing. Just
Mm-hmm.
they left me, I told you, on just
Yep.
read.
Yep, yep, yep.
To then come back, no apology, nothing. Just like, hey, are you available? No, no, because that right there is crappy to do
Uh-huh.
that to a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
And so, I said, hey, you can talk to a couple other, because there's another friend of mine that used to do karaoke at another place. I was like, hey, that place closed, so maybe she wants to do it. But
Oh,
literally, I was like,
girl,
what?
I would not even offer something like that.
Well, I mean, it's an opportunity still.
Maybe.
I mean, it's money, right? It's money for some,
There.
because she is that's her her main job is like drag.
Okay.
So it's money. But literally, like if they had just said just sorry
Uh-huh.
first for just not getting back to you, not just
Mm-hmm.
anything, it would have been at least I would have at least considered it. But to just never, like 3.5 years and you guys just like it's nothing. And I remember I told you very specifically, as soon as spring break is over, they'll come knocking because
Mm-hmm.
it gets slow here. And just it couldn't have been 2 weeks that spring breaks dried up. So that's what's been going on in my life. The thank you gathering for giving me this home and promoting the house down, girl. They put me in all of their crap. I love it.
And
Them hoes are sick of me.
and Mame, the other side of this is you don't need another night. No, 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 no. You are a one night only kind of girl.
One night only, one night only. It's all I have to say. You look on my love and my devotion.
Come on, Jennifer
Ah!
Hudson.
Well, I'm stop. I love that song. I love that song. That's the one song from that I wish
Mm-hmm.
had gotten more because I'm like, she sang the mess out of that
Mm-hmm.
song.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
But it's not the main song.
No, I know.
She
I
also got
know.
an Oscar. So,
She did get
like, eh, can she
She got
really
her
complain that
Oscar.
much?
I'm still sad that Beyonce didn't get that Oscar because they were trying real hard to get her an Oscar too. They wrote that song
She
for her.
wasn't the best part of the movie.
I know, but they wrote that. Well, you don't have to be the best part of the movie to get the song. Like they wrote that song with her.
Eddie Murphy was real good.
Why did he have to do that? Whatever it was that he torpedoed a guaranteed Oscar.
Mm-hmm. Girl, speaking of Scary Spice, did you know
Still
that,
hurts.
that we have a Patreon? Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com/MrMahaffey, you can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
What?
That's right. Did you slay me? It's our Murder She Wrote podcast. I was getting ready to say Designing Women podcast, but no, that's this. You're here already. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Website, mimsamaim.com. Go there. Hey, Maim. Do
Mm-hmm.
you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right, Maim. And they really help us grow. So, dear listeners, like, subscribe, give us a 5-star review.
Yeah, babe, do it.
This is season 6, episode 22.
Yes.
A Little Night Music.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that, Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
All right, let's go through this one. We're at Sugar Bakers.
So funny.
We're at Sugar Bakers.
Sugar Bakers.
Well, you changed it, but that's fine.
I want to give it a little bit of a different spin.
Consistency, man. Consistency.
Sugar Bakers.
Thank you. Consistency. People don't like change. Let me rephrase. Algorithms do not like change.
Oh.
Did you know that? That's why TikToks are all the same.
Oh.
Yeah, like especially if it's one person just doing the same thing over and over again, just slightly different. The algorithm makes it such that that's what gets you more views. Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely gross.
Well, Bernice is waiting on Carlene. She thinks she saw her parents on Hard Copy Girl.
That used to be my jam.
Well, Mary Jo's not here because she's on vacation, I guess, or pregnant. Or something. I don't know. She's not in this episode.
She's not dipping her dog?
And Julia is at the doctor. Bernice asks if they quit. Well, Carlene's here. She's a little late. And so Bernice like, Carlene, I have to tell you, there's trouble on Walton Pond.
No.
I've never watched a single episode of The Waltons.
Me neither.
That seems like some white people nonsense.
It is. I mean, I've just seen like a couple of clips. I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah. That doesn't.
I never watched Little House on the Prairie either.
No. Except for that episode that the boy raped the girl and then he fell off and died, or Jacqueline had shot him with the two. The House on the Prairie got grim for a little bit.
It got real. They didn't know they got
Did she
real.
murder him?
What?
It's self-defense. I saw the scene. I was like, what am I watching?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. What, that I can't remember, or that happened?
Really, they had something like that on there. Like, that just seems so different for them.
Mm-hmm.
I forget, though, that like when we used to watch Little House on the Prairie, it was like afternoon, but it was like a prime time show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I guess it kind of makes sense.
Well, Julia's here, and she's upset. She doesn't want to talk about it, but she's like, fine. She has to have a hysterectomy. Tonight.
It's got to go, girl. It's got to go.
They're ripping that uterus right on out.
You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here, girl. You can't stay here.
Because they have, girl, they're getting ready to have a strike at the hospital, and like they need to get her in there to get it out as soon as possible. I have never. How bad would the cancer have to be for you to have a rush hysterectomy? Like, I don't. It feels.
Maybe it's like an infection, though. It might not be cancer. It could be like an infection. It could be like something ruptured, or the labs indicated as something.
That's
ruptured.
true. That's true. It's all. Why would she go home? That's my thing. If it's something you have to do tonight, the doctor would have put her in an ambulance to go to the hospital. There is no going home to get shit.
See, this is the problem when you have two hospital kids.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking it too. I was like, well, this isn't. Okay.
When it comes to these kind of surgeries, dear listeners, it's usually either we have to take you to the OR now, or we'll schedule it for 6 months to a year later.
Yeah, usually it's usually OR now.
Yeah, it is oh girl.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're like appendicitis, that sort of thing, or I would think,
and you drove yourself home, like
yeah.
See, I'm so glad that you said it, because I was like, there's something about this that feels off to me, but I couldn't put my finger on what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, this episode feels weird, and it's because there was that little part before they went back over there. I was like, that makes no sense.
And even if she was at a doctor's, like even if there was a strike at the hospital, like she could just go to another hospital. Like, it seemed to be very hospital specific.
They're in Atlanta.
Yeah, like, there's some good-ass hospital in Atlanta. I mean, hell, if she could have driven up to Duke, it's only 5 hours away.
I mean, they did hysterectomy surgeries at our hospital. Like,
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it
they
like
did. Yeah,
you
they
didn't
did.
even have to go to?
I mean, Dr. Davis from Davis Hospital was known to giving them to women without their consent. Eugenics, girl. Eugenics, yeah.
Really? Wild. That's wild.
Hold on. I'm hoping. That's what I heard back in the day. I hope I'm not. I'm hoping not.
crazy.
Eugenics, Statesville. Yeah, I believe that he did that to one of my friend's aunts, and they sued.
Wow.
Yeah. Eugenics in North Carolina was a thing for a long time.
That's wild. That's
Yeah.
disturbing.
Well, sorry, it is now Iredell Health Systems Davis campus.
Oh, that's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because my mom was like, it was open and then it was closed and then it was going to reopen as something different, but then that didn't work. So then the Iredell kind of just took it over.
Yeah, Iredell bought it.
Yeah, which is, I guess, good.
The war is over.
The war is over. It's basically like when Sega got
Yeah.
started, like
Well,
when they closed.
So the only part of the hospital that's still open right now is the Delta ward.
Oh,
So it's Iredell Medical Center, Davis Campus Behavioral Health.
okay. It's like a psych ward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, dear listeners, I realize what we're saying sounds kind of like a little overhead. In our small little town, there were two hospitals, the public and a private. And we are children of the public. So we used to think about...
Which is the much better hospital, too.
Well, yeah, but we used to think about the private almost... It was the same old team mentality that you insert into everything in the South. And so we used to shake our fists at that hospital.
So Bernice said she's going to call a friend who just had her hysterectomy done to get the surgeon's name so that they, she will get this done right.
Imagine how that conversation went.
Carlene is crying. Allison is like, "Why are you crying, Carlene?" And Bernice says, "It's because her parents were on hard copy." Allison then just tries to comfort Julia as well, saying that, you won't get any facial hair. Anthony said that you were always one of the most feminine women I've ever met, etc., etc., etc. Bernice has the name of the doctor, and it's Doogie Howser, MD. Dear listeners, for those of you that don't know, that was Neil Patrick Harris's first show where he was a child doctor.
Did I ever tell you I worked on the post-hysterectomy ward before at the hospital?
No.
Yeah. My the summer after freshman year, that's where I worked. I was they called them not CNAs, but they were basically like the gophers of the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the floor I worked on. So I basically comforted post-hysterectomy women for a
Girl,
whole
have
summer.
you ever had a surgery? Like a major surgery where you had to go
not
under?
a major surgery, no.
When I had my little bloop put back in, girl, when you wake up, you're lying in the ward, and they're just staying there. What's your pain level? 1 to 10. What's your pain level? 1 to 10. What's your pain level? 1 to 10. And then, waking up, they're just saying that constantly at you, so that because they'll give you a little shot right there to help.
Okay.
And I woke up and I was like, "Oh, it's a 1. It's a 1." They're like, "Okay, you're sure? You're sure? It's a 1. It's a 10. It's a 10. Here you go, sir."
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, my. All right.
yeah. Yeah, they wheel you around. Yeah, it's interesting. I had a cute little guy. He had to be 18. Wheel me in a wheelchair afterward.
Oh.
Oh yeah, girl. I was in no state, but you know me. haven't been through the medical stuff before. In order to leave the hospital, you got to pee.
Yes, that's
So
true.
I was like, I was ready to go. I was tired of being there. They're like, don't you want to stay here a little bit longer? I'm like, nah, I'm ready to go home to my bed.
Let me go home.
I know this is going to be a struggle bus. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go pee. They're like, you sure, sir? I'm like, yeah. Well, could you walk him? So the nurse walks me over. I was like, ma'am, I know I got to pee. You're going to hear me pee. But like, I'm pee shy, so I need to have this door 3/4 of the way closed. Do you trust me? She looked at me. I was like, I just need to know that you trust me because I know sometimes you have to watch people pee. She's like, we're good. We're good.
I need you to trust me right now. Look at me. I need you to trust me right now. We're going to have a moment.
Look at me.
Come on.
Oh, God.
I guess that's a good thing, right? That I've never had any like major surgery already in my life. That's yeah.
I mean,
I didn't think about that. But
it's a
that's
nothing
great
burger.
Yeah.
It's stressful up until the point that you finally accept, well, if I'm dying on the surgery thing, at least I won't remember it.
I won't remember you.
Doop 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 doop.
You won't remember me.
Doop 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 doop. But we're in the hospital.
Okay.
And there's a nurse who's in a short little skirt.
I love her.
Putting on her lipstick in the mirror, that orange red 80s lipstick. I love that color. That color looks good on me.
That was one of my mom's favorite colors.
And Julia's,
it's called Orange Flip. I will never forget that. Revlon Orange Flip.
she asks if she wants something to drink. Julia's like a vodka Collins, and apparently we are at a expensive hospital.
Yeah.
Which you find out later because the elevator just opens right to her room. I don't know if you noticed that later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's actually, I was thinking, let me make sure I don't want to misquote. Yes. So the lady that's a nurse, like this is like one of her first parts. She ends up being like a really prominent person in the 90s. Like she was in lots of Amy Yazbek. She was in a lot of stuff in the 90s.
Was she in
Problem Child, Pretty Woman, The Mask,
okay.
Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Yeah, that's her.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, like this was kind of like her first kind of big, but she was Maid Marian in Robin Hood.
Yeah.
When she came on at first, because she looks very different. I was like, I know that face from somewhere. Yeah. She was a big part of our 90s viewing.
Well, she's a nurse. She just had her boobs done. And her name is Tiffany.
Come on, Tiffany.
She's
Tiffany
like,
in the tatas.
She's like, why are you here? And she's like, sex change operation. Tiffany does not even bat an eye and just talks about how does ask her for lips look chapped. She hates chapped lips.
Me too, girl.
And Tiffany talks about how it's all screwed up in this hospital and she would hate to have a surgery here today.
Her delivery was perfect.
It was. Well, the doctor's here.
This guy.
Do you know I looked him up because he looked familiar.
Okay.
He's a country singer.
Okay, so he really is a singer.
Who was also, are you ready for this? Jean Valjean on Broadway.
Whoa.
Yeah. In the 1988 cast.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I mean, his voice was quite beautiful. So
have I ever told you my feeling of that musical?
No.
I really hate Les Mis.
All iterations of it?
How you would... Oh, no, I love the book.
Okay.
I read the unabridged book. How you know that I am not a straight man? I do not like that musical. Straight men love that musical. Eat that shit. The red, the black. I don't care.
It is their favorite musical.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Unless they ever make like a Moneyball, the musical.
I like Susan Boyle.
That's period.
singing that, and I love when Jinx Monsoon does all the parts. Have you seen that? She does the one song that has all the different parts
Okay.
in Les Mis, and
Yeah.
she does all of them.
Oh,
It's for a
wow.
Broadway thing, and Vanessa Williams is just sitting back there, amazed and stunned.
I've seen there actually is like a thing lately where they've been filming other people watching Jinx.
Uh-huh.
There was one yesterday again with the Hamilton dude.
Lin Manuel
Yeah,
Miranda.
like he's like leaning over a door watching Jinx, and his face is just
Uh-huh.
like the Hollywood legends genuinely are in awe of
Yep.
Jinx.
Yep.
Should have gotten that Tony nomination, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, it's complicated, right? I don't know if, yeah. No, but none
If
of them did.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's just,
I mean, David Hyde Pierce was supposedly phenomenal too and didn't get anything.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like I don't know, and it's so weird that I think I wouldn't feel as bitter if it didn't get nominated for Best Revival.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't feel so bitter. But I'm like, well, guys, how did no actor get nominated if this got nominated for Best Revival?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
get it.
that's very, very true.
I'm a Pirates of Penzance super fan, so
Are you?
I love.
God,
I
that
love it.
that does not. Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised at all? Right? Like, of all the things you've ever said to me, that is probably the least surprising.
I don't understand why you saying it like that. I love Gilbert and Sullivan.
I know, because you like films.
No, I love Gilbert and Sullivan before, but like any of that, I just love Gilbert and Sullivan
I know
musicals.
they're old.
It's nothing to do with that. What? Good Lord. Okay, all right. Good God. They're old. Ugh.
Well, the nurse leaves, and Julia and the doc sort of bond over her. He said she's a nurse from a vet clinic, and he tries to make Julia feel better, saying, he was in the cafeteria, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't work. He's like, well, my name's Dr. Hacker. And then nothing. Julia confesses.
Julia's she's a difficult, this is like a comedian's worst nightmare right now.
She confessed having a bad day. Like she said the man she loved died 2 years ago. Her son doesn't need her anymore, and now she has to have a hysterectomy. And she's like, and I am starving. Why can't I eat? Now, Julia, I have no sympathy for this. There are rules. And, like, here's the thing. You went back that night. It's the thing is, she would have already been fucked because she probably had dinner before she went back. Like,
I know what. So,
and he gives her a lifesaver, which he absolutely should not have.
So, dear listeners, once again, right, you have to bear with us because we are hospital kids, so this is the thing. So, what I think happened is that the surgery was already supposed to have happened. I feel like because of the strike, she's been waiting for it.
No, that's not true.
You don't think that's it?
No, because they're lab results later. They do
but
the lab results.
We went back and looked at more stuff.
No, they did the lab result. Well, then they did the lab results before they do the surgery. That's
okay.
So no, she
forgot about that
was
part.
Yeah, she was probably waiting. She went in the night to prep for first thing in the morning. She's getting the luxury experience as opposed to going at 5 a.m. in the morning like I did. She gets to stay overnight.
Else does.
Yeah, she gets to stay overnight and relax.
Overnight.
Yeah, at least that's the way I took it.
Even though they're almost always going out losing money somehow. Money for a hospital.
Well, we're outside. We're downstairs in the hospital. And, like, everybody's bought things that they're bringing to Julia. Carlene's got a Rubik's Cube that says, sorry for your loss of your fallopian tube. And then we meet this kid named Adam who somehow is here.
He was on another episode.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh. What other episode was he on?
Well, he was on 2 episodes, I think. He was on the episode where Mary Jo is working at the burger place.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. He's like a weird recurring character in the background. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Well, he's obnoxious and the elevator stuck.
You look so miserable right now. I know what your conclusion to this episode is going to be.
Oh, it's mixed. Like, that's the problem.
It's a mixed?
It's a mix.
Okay.
So we're later on in Julia's room, and the doctor's singing. The doctor tries to leave, and Julia stops him. She has a breakdown. She tells a story of her junior high prom dress that the woman who worked for her family, Ella Bay or something like that, we'll call her Mammy.
I'm not saying a word.
The woman who worked for her family. She even put gardenias, like live gardenias, in the bottom of that dress. Girl, that shit probably stank after an hour.
Gardenias do not smell good after a period of time.
Girl, I don't like the smell of gardenia. Like, it is too much for me. I want that as far away from me as possible. And then she talks about how her grandmother sat her down on her wedding day and was like, you're that man's only gonna want one thing from you, and you'll never like it. And it's you never learn to like it. And that evening, Julia realized how wrong her grandmother was, and how wrong her grandmother continued to be, and how she was never right about anything. The doctor just says, well, poor grandfather. Then she tells a story about Payne's birth, and like how she got real fat and felt beautiful. It's very moving.
It's very moving. You can tell you're totally moved by all of these wonderful backstories of Julia's life. I can see, dear
Now,
listeners,
okay,
you cannot see, dear listeners, right now.
Dear listeners,
Mims has tears. They're streaming. From her tear ducts,
just down. Now,
soaking her face.
So my issue. Why not make it breasts?
What?
Okay, I guess that we'll talk about this in a minute, because this is my. We'll talk about it in a minute. We'll talk about all this in a minute. I'm
okay.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
Tears are coming down her cheeks, right?
Flames at the side of my face, heaving, fire breathing. Oh God! You know, Maim.
Yes.
And thinking about it, we are a little bit like Bernadette Peters and Madeline Kahn.
No comment.
We're back in the elevator. Allison really has to pee.
Yes.
And Carlene's like, well, I'm glad I went, because my mom always said, go when you can. And the kids start talking about the Poseidon adventure and how, they had to swim through. And Bernice just makes a joke about Shelley Winter's butt fitting through the
porthole.
God, I love Poseidon Adventure. That is such a good movie.
Poor Shelley Winters can never catch a break.
You know she was actually a professional swimmer, right?
I know.
Like, okay. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like, guys, just let her be.
Well, the doctor's back, and she doesn't need surgery. They did some test. They finished up their tests, and they can monitor it, and all she'll need some drugs. I saw that eyebrow twitch. I don't know what they're monitoring. I don't know.
The conclusion of this episode from our two perspectives makes no sense. We are in agreement that this makes
So
no sense.
Julia's embarrassed to what she said, like, and then we pan back to the elevator and they're playing bingo. One of the kids wins and he gets a earwax removal kit. And what else in her purse? Oh, there's bladder pads. And Alice like, oh, bladder pads? We can win bladder pads? She starts playing bingo. We're back to Julia and the doctor talking. And she's embarrassed that he saw her. Like, all of her.
All of her.
And the doctor gives what I feel is a very gross surgeon like response to them mapping the body and alerting the body and like Julia's like, well, how can you tell you see bodies every day, how do you get through it? He just goes on and on about this.
What's so great about my body? I don't understand.
God, I will give you, Linda Bloodworth Thompson, you nailed how gross surgeons are. Like, I felt reviled by his entire thing. And she's like, you're a smooth operator.
Yes.
Smooth operator. Smooth operator.
Oh, jeez.
Coast to coast, from here to Key Largo.
LA to Chicago.
Is it LA to Chicago?
Yes.
I thought it was here to Key Largo. Whatever.
Normally I don't correct, but you know me and Shadi.
I know.
Let me just make sure.
Yes, I know. She wafts on stage, chanteuses for a hot second, and wafts back off.
Me and audience sobbing profusely.
Girl, speaking of chanteusing,
yes.
When you watch Eurovision, you should probably watch the French one.
Okay.
Girl, she chanteuses. It's not that great of a song. Like, it's okay. It's not that great of a song.
They didn't get many audience points, I noticed.
Okay, girl, you can't go by that. Like,
I'm just talking out loud.
Audience points are all political. That is all they are. They're all political and show. Like, anyway.
But the jury points are pretty reliable, right?
No, it's all political. What are you talking about?
So then how are you supposed...
It's nothing. It's
who was really good?
The people I told you.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, you can sit there and watch the 2 hours of all the things, see if I'm right. Yeah. Like, those were the best ones. Lithuania did the best. They're just a good band, right? Like, they are a good emo white boy band. Not even emo. Alternative white boy band. Okay? It just sounded like a song. Not like Eurovision song, just song.
I think of all of the ones that I'm the most curious about, and like you said, I realized about the points thing, but just because of the difference in between the audience points and then by the end was Poland. Like, they were dead last, and then after the audience thing, like, so they jumped so high.
Sometimes audience will make a vote of something they actually like, right?
Yeah.
That's what you've also got to understand. All those votes went to Israel, and that was political. Yeah. But that took points away that could be spread out for people for things that people actually like.
Yeah, because there was like some of those got so little scores.
Yeah, Albania got, like, my people got a lot.
Yeah. So I was. Well, that's actually good. I mean, it's good to know now. I mean, everything you told me has helped me understand, because obviously catching just the very end of it.
Have you never watched Eurovision before?
I never watch it, like, just sit and watch it. I always go back
and
watch
this is like a yearly thing. This is, I love
Eurovision. I always just go back and watch the clips of it.
Oh, no, it is. Hey, girl, you love a pageant.
No, I know that, but it's long. Like,
it's 4 hours long, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's...
So what you do, so it's 2 hours long. Okay. To watch everything go through, hour and a half, 2 hours. Then they break for an hour for voting.
Okay.
And then you come back for like the last 30 minutes.
Okay.
So
That's not that bad. Terrible.
yeah, you would watch the first little bit, then you would put on ideally while you're sewing. So you sew. Oh, they're back for the voting, and then you focus.
Oh, I love that you know how I watch TV.
And since it's on Peacock and record on Peacock, you can fast forward to all the beginning shit, get to where it actually starts the things and watch them.
Oh, that's true. I guess I can just go back and rewatch it on Peacock.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Okay.
Although, and it starts with Norway, and bless his heart, I don't know if he was having a bad singing day or something, but it went off. And Austria's song is weird. Finland's song is about coming.
Oh.
Oh. And yeah, and Moldova song, not Malta song, is about being KANT, but they didn't allow her to say KANT.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it like they made her not say it, and I think that she suffered because of it. Yeah. She's like, it means being fierce. Like, I know, girl. I know exactly what that means.
You know what it means, girl. We know, girl. We live it. We know.
Oh, God. Well, they kiss.
Oh, boy.
Then they dance for like a minute and a half.
Oh, boy.
Like, so long.
This episode, the pacing is also weird.
Yeah. Well, we're back in the elevator. Allison has written a note to the people.
I firstly think this is actually one of the funniest things Allison's done the entire season.
The entire season.
Yeah.
Well, the elevator restarts, and Bernice goes over and hugs Anthony and said, "You saved me." The elevator opens, and Julia's kissing the doctor. Well, she still looks like a woman to me. And then over the credits, the doctor is singing.
Oh, that is him singing.
Oh. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia Wild?
I love that little purple number that Bernice is wearing.
Girl, it's Tiffany. Why are you taking away from Tiffany?
No,
why
is Bernice.
Why are you taking away from Tiffany?
Because Bernice looked amazing this week.
Maim, did you like this episode?
No,
of course I didn't. so here's now what I was saying about breasts earlier was like, okay, back in the day,
yes,
like even in the early 90s, breast cancer, you had to catch that early, and you had to get them tatas out, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But that's true for, I guess that's true for, I don't know. It's all so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and dear listeners, this is not to belittle this kind of surgery. Like this is a very important surgery. This is a very difficult surgery for women, right?
Yes.
I'm very mindful and very respectful of that. It is changing. It is removing your sex organs, right? Like it is who you are if you never considered that before, right? Like it is part of the reason trans people do it, to feel who they want to be, who they are, right? Like that's it's that important, right? It's important both ways. So I understand that. That's not to lessen this. This is just not handled well, in my opinion.
I still don't understand how it went from everything being an emergency to how it ended. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, what, like, she went to the doctor, they got lab results, then her second set of lab results were such that she didn't need it. What was her problem that she had to have a hysterectomy, that the lab results would change that quickly? Like,
Over a day. Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, did she have a second pap smear? Pap smear. Did she
Pap smear? Pabst Blue Ribbon smear.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Naked Gun. Pap smear.
I hope the reboot is good.
Oh, speaking of pap smears, the FDA's finally authorized an alternative at-home pap smear starting in California, then spreading to other states.
Okay.
It's available in other countries. It's an at-home test that you basically swab to see if you have HPV.
Oh, wow.
And HPV, the few strains of HPV which cause cancer.
The cancers.
It just tests for them, and it's as effective. It's proven to be as effective as a full pap smear.
That's really great.
Yeah, which scrapes the lining and gets cells, that kind of stuff. Luckily, we don't have to do that.
That's really good.
It is.
Ugh.
But like I this episode.
Thanks, science.
Yeah, this episode though.
I
don't get it. What did she have, girl?
I don't know. I once again, this goes back to just the fact I realize, dear listeners, you probably think that we're thinking it's a big deal. It's just our upbringing. That's why we're both kind of like.
Something tells me this
a
was
lot of people will watch this episode and not think twice about all the stuff that happened in this episode. A lot of people.
I don't know if through a modern lens they would, because a lot of them have had people go to the hospital and they've never had. You don't get rushed for hysterectomy. Appendix, yes. You know what? Rewrite this as having her appendix taken out.
Yeah, but then we can't have all of this mourning about her losing her womanhood.
Yeah, but it's a lot funnier.
And then she rediscovers her womanhood in the arms of her surgeon doctor. That's 9 years her junior. I mean, I hate saying it, but like, there's a lot of undercurrent to this episode that I'm not sure what Linda was trying to express with it, but I don't know. She did a very good job of it. So Julia keeps her uterus and her sex organs, and she gets a new hot doctor boyfriend. Mazel tov. Oh, girl. No, I think he looks awful, but I'm assuming that they cast him thinking that some people would find him bearable.
I dreamed a dream and
you should see these fingers at work. I'm like, ugh, gross. Gross.
Babe, why don't you tell our dear listeners they can find you? I can't look at you right
listeners.
now.
Sorry. Hi, dear listeners. It's me, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can catch me every Monday night hosting a Kiki karaoke at the Hotel Gathering down in Miami Beach. Any other things that pop up, you can find at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all, I'm the Divamus Mims. You can find me online at thedivamusmims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
You know we have Patreon?
What?
That's right. Patreon.com/MimsMaim. Throw us money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
You know we have a website?
What?
Oh, wait. That's right. MimsandMaim.com. But we need to go back. Did you know we have another podcast? That's right. It's You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Hey, Maim. Do you know what I love? That's right. They're 5-star reviews, Maim. And that leads us to, did you know our dear listeners can reach out and send us an email? They can at mimsandmaim@gmail.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes?
Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Then why don't you go
What?
and say goodnight, babe?
What's happening? Are you okay? Are you having a stroke?
Good. What,
Do we gotta get your
hysterectomy?
hysterectomy?
Say goodnight, babe.
Good night, babe.
Bye, y'all.